snakes in my yard, no rabbits. Never let a wishbone grow where backbone should. Belly been taking a dash on wood. Then payment the back end good. Got sense but they act no good. Send the same money to Sudan. I can probably to the clothes for a year or two. Stuck between stunting and a miracle. For real. Let's explore the moment. Ain't outside there going phobic. If you see me live, you would know it. Jumping on my they do aerobics. Boss like P98. Boss like we write the checks now. Floss like we like the flex. Bust down, bust down, bust down. AMG, no bust now. Amiri jeans, SB dunks with a Fiends tee, no button down. Respectfully, flash me, don't round if you wanna. Round if you wanna. It's lifestyle, not for you, but it's for me. Bossy.
I'm gonna go without the ad-libs. Then I'm boofing up like goofing, I don't understand what got into me. Got a couple of truths that I bust out the roof if I'm ready to ride on my enemy. And you rappers just on my identity. And I really know why you ain't feeling me. With Tiffany, and it restore my agility. And I'm never rehearsing, I'm making the verses like Swizzy and Timothy. Never broke up with the go, cause I want all the smoke, you can call me a chimney. And I really want, but I settle for, I just aim it better than Whittle's Peak. Aim at your head when I kill a beat. Spaghetti and shells like Italy.
Never let a wishbone grow where backbone should. Belly been taking a dash on wood. Then payment the back end good. Got sense but they act no good. Send the same money to Sudan. I can probably see the hood for a year or two. Stuck between stunting and a miracle. For real.
Alright, now close your eyes. Think about your wildest dreams. Ready? And you still couldn't do this.
Dale. Hey. DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions. Here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the puddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over. Call the promoters. I just put up in this thing with my soldiers. I blew it, and I'm still. Last minute, I'ma need me some. Call up Khalifa. Bring them in the. You know I stay with some bad little baby. TGOD, baby, know that's a gang gang. Crazy girls after the game. We throwing hundreds, we going insane. Pouring this. Yeah, homies got me pouring this. We get awards when we get God the glory. I'm shooting my shot, most times I be scoring. Do this for my city, I bring on the trophy. Feel like Freddie Mercury, we the champions. Here in Los Angeles. Bringing home victory straight out the puddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over.
Feeling like I can't miss. Baby, it's all in the wrist. You really wanna be the boss, it's expensive. Ain't the real champ if you never defend it. Put in that work, I'ma make them remember. I just broke down hella trees, yelling timber.
Today, from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Marcus Mariota and the Atlanta Falcons taking on Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Chicago Bears and the Atlanta Falcons. Again, everyone, Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they interplay. The streak continues, doesn't it? They come in a perfect 10-0.
And it's not just that they're winning, it's how they're winning. All phases of the game coming together for this team.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. On the return, it's Tristan Ebner from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Chicago's offense running out, and something to come. Senior pro Justin Fields leading the way.
And not only does he have all the skills that you're looking for as a quarterback, he's incredibly tough and plays the game fearlessly as both a runner and a passer. You provide a good running game around him and let him throw deep off of play action, you've got an all-star in the making.
Fields going to throw right away. Man open, that's Byron Pringle complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, his defense for the Falcons, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
Yeah, they held him to just 7 points, and if you rewatch the game tape, and I did multiple times, it was amazing to me that the other guys even got 7. They were absolutely dominating on that side of the football.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out, how vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 13 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball this season as they built this winning streak. And that includes the ground game, where he's kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do what others haven't and finally put a stop to this streak?
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Now the Bears' 6th-round pick in 2014, Pat O'Donnell on to punt. Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Well, the Falcons now get to stretch their wings on offense here, and at quarterback for them is a former 2nd overall pick who spent 4 seasons as a starter in Tennessee, Marcus Mariota.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception, didn't have a touchdown to offset it, but the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
1st and 10 now for the Falcons, and Mariota at their own 26. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they've played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage and finishing unbeaten, and they need to make sure they keep it in that order. Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Mariota to throw for it on 4th. And complete to Drake London. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. First and 10, it's Patterson. He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Mariota now. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Mariota. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Back to the ground now. Patterson. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. He'll get this one complete to Terry Godwin. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 16. From the red zone now, Mariota sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 2nd down from the 8. They can get a first down by reaching the 5. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Cordero Patterson. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Falcons post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Touchdown. Here's Koo to kick off. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Drop behind the line on a nice play by Deion Jones. Boy, the pursuit there, terrific from the linebacking core.
Oh, it certainly was, because so many times on an option play, you'll see a linebacker make a beeline for the quarterback and then zip, one cut, and he's grasping at air. But this time, he locked in on him the whole way, took an excellent angle, and his grasp came up with the quarterback. When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give him a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 14 yards and a Chicago first down. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Now it's Fields. Over the middle, complete. That's Osborne. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the campaign and 4th overall. And the Bears are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Santos with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, trying to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. To try again after the sack. Mariota. And this one incomplete. A 50-50 ball in the end, nearly intercepted. And now it's 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Looking downfield for Godwin. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
4th down, Mariota. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Again, it's Mariota. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot. Went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Play action now. Mariota. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The sack backs him up, so now Mariota in Atlanta dealing with a 3rd and long. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. That one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air. And that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And no reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on 1st down. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We start up at M&T Bank Stadium, Carolina, paying the rare visit to take on Baltimore. And the Panthers are out in front as they play the second quarter. Baker Mayfield with a couple of touchdown passes. From the former home of the Colts to their current home, we head west to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Jonathan Taylor with a touchdown run. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting LA Rams. Jameis Winston with 3 touchdown passes. Meanwhile, in our game, each team able to manage just 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 is our score. And for the call of the second half, we send it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
A second down throw here for Mariota. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
He's got him in, complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Deshaun Jackson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Ebner going to elect to bring this out of the end zone here. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Fields. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. yards on the return following a punt of 41. And it will be Falcon football. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. First and 10 now for the Falcons, and Mariota at the 41-yard line. Throwing is Mariota. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Here now is second and 10, again from the 41. Here's Mariota. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And that will be incomplete as well.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Here's Bradley Pena now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return, and the Bears take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And that'll go for a gain of 18 on the keeper. First down. Fields going to keep it once more. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's the corner. A.J. Terrell getting up and stopping him for a loss.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
Now on 2nd and 13. Fields. Now they go screen. It's complete. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw is Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Mariota now after the fumble recovery. He gets it complete to Jackson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. On play action, Mariota. He's got the tight end Furtzer right side complete. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. Now Mariota. And he's got it. Touchdown. Kyle Pitts. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons go up by 2 touchdowns. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21. scoring summary. 3-play drive. And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
40 yards on the ground for him so far. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. Dancing to his left. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. Fields now to throw. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. On second down, Montgomery. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Fields. Buying time to his left. Fields hit and the ball is loose. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Falcons grab it. He's at the 50. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. So the turnover forced and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
They decided to take a shot at right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Mariota to throw it. Flushed out right. And he's got it to Patterson complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. To throw is Mariota. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Marcus Mariota with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Falcons add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Fields. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Lorenzo Carter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help you.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Cordero Patterson. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons have 11-0 in their sights as they add on to their lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Onto the field now come the Bears. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. It's Eric Harris who picks it, and the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Off the play fake, Mariota. They'll roll him out right. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that first down.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bears are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
But the man is Osborne. He's got him. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
On first down, Fields being chased, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throw caught there by Osborne. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Fields. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
That's taken on the 25. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Falcons, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Commanders. Meanwhile, for the Bears, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.
gotta put in that work, dog. I put the king in first. I know that you gotta wait for your turn sometimes to build something really sustainable. Work on your catalog, so the day that you finally pop off, you'll see it's not just a once off. You put in time, the harvest is ready, it's ripe. I thank God for the payment, that's a solid foundation. When I finally make it, I'll give God all the praises. G.O.D. who conquered evil forces. I don't trust in chariots or fortresses. Yeah, I walk by faith. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. No, I will not bend. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. I will not bend. Run it up. 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 Run it up.
Let's go. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Said I'm coming for everything. You good, but to be great, you gotta have confidence. The next level was legend. You gotta have accomplishments. In any league, they considering me dominant. The long falls, you know the pit of defeat, bottomless. I was hungry way before I got your support. I hopped off the porch around the time that y'all got awards. Lyrical exercise, this what I call a sport. The fourth bar, brother, when I push the rock off the court. I got champion genetics. Next level. One of the best. Remember me. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. The chattermouse who talent don't average out. If your flow ain't nowhere near this caliber, that don't count. Competition get flattened out. Getting money like I went top 3 in the first round. My salary that amount. They want my style, but that ain't much to be flat about. I take it as a challenge when rappers calling my status out. One of the best, and they ain't my pedigree. You can have the rings, or we did it, AI's legacy. I got champion genetics.